We are back on the Fem Rap Politics today discussing Nicki Minaj and JT conspiracy. Did Nicki Minaj cut JT off for not signing to her label? What is going on between the two? Of course, we're going to get into this and so much more. But before we do, please make sure that you guys please like this video and subscribe to the channel with all notifications on so that you never miss when I upload. Because as I have been telling you, in my previous video right here where it says the chosen one, we were going to follow this relationship between JT and Nicki Minaj right in front of our eyes, watch it blossom, because that is how it's happening, right? Seeing it from the beginning to now. And from I did that video, it says 2 weeks ago from this current recording. I could have done this video that I'm doing right now a week ago, because not even 48 hours after I did that video, and I recap Nicki Minaj being on Station Head with JT and her talking about her consulting the Barbs and asking the Barbs if they think that JT has reached her full potential and if JT would be a good candidate to be an affiliate to Nicki's record label, Heavy on It. We have also been talking about recent happenings between Ice Spice and Nicki Minaj and their unfortunate business dealings because of Ice not signing to her label. So this is sort of a reoccurring theme right now between Nicki Minaj and other female rappers. Okay, so we're also going to get into some notes that Nicki made on her April 28th Station Head show regarding who is and who is not signed to her. So we're gonna clear that up a little bit, but I kind of want to make JT the central focus of this, and then potentially make a couple of comments about JT's ongoing feud with Sukiyana. Okay, so make sure y'all buckle up and bear with me for this video, because it's a lot going on. And so yeah, so let's go to my notes a little bit. So on 428, Nicki gets on Station Head, and she says she gives gratitude for still being on tour and having so many 20,000 fans come out to see her every night. But then she kind of gets into some relationship with other artists, right? And so you, by the words that I say, can think about who you fit the mold, who yeah, okay. Which artist do you think Nicki is talking about? So she says, what would you do if I told you that XYZ, like insert any artist, they don't really seem like, if she told them, like, it doesn't really seem like you appreciate or understand how I go above and beyond for you. If someone else did this, and I said that person's name, you'd be eating they D-I-C-K. So she's basically saying that, like, whatever artist she's talking to, she's going above and beyond for this artist, but this artist is not really understanding that, acknowledging it. And if it was someone else who was doing the same things for this artist that Nicki is doing, they would be praising them. Okay, so then she makes a couple other comments, and she also takes some accountability, and she says, it's my fault. So what she's taking accountability for exactly, I don't know. But then she goes on and makes comments about users. She says users also get used up real quick. Okay, so they are not only people who use, but like, they also, like, they're what's it called, they're just not worthy, like, for a long period of time, if that makes sense. Okay, so once again, this is really not a lot of information that I'm going off of, and this is over a week ago of notes, so bear with me. Okay, so then Nicki goes on to say, she talks about Rico Dana. So let me point out to you the artist that Nicki had presented that she had signed to her label. So right up here, we have Nicki Minaj pictured with Takeo Bang, which is one of her writers, producers, and also signed to her as an artist on Heavy on It, her record label. Then in the middle, you have Rico Dana, a boy from Queens, Southside Jamaica, Queens, New York City. He's a rapper, also signed to Heavy on It. Nicki makes a distinction that he is not actually signed, but he's more like family, so like no real pressure on him. Then you have Lourdes, who was featured on the album Pink Friday 2 with Nicki Minaj on the song called Cowgirl. Lourdes is a songwriter, probably producer as well in the industry, has worked with several artists, including Sweetie, before working with Nicki, but she is now also officially signed to Nicki Minaj as an artist. Now you have Nana Fofi over here, who is a I think she is Ghanaian and Dutch artist. She is from, excuse me, sorry, I had to cough. But Nana Fofi is from the Netherlands, and she makes Afrofusion, Afro R&B sounding music. Then you have London Hill, who was from the Bronx, New York City, who is also a rapper. Okay, so these are one, two, three, so five in total, right? But Lourdes is just kind of new because she just got introduced to us with the album Pink Friday 2 being out. But at first, it was only these four: one, two boys, and two girls. Okay, but now Nicki is saying on Station Head that like the only people who are actually signed to me are the people who have feature credit on my album. So let's go to Nicki Minaj's album real quick, actually. Follow me there. And let's look at the artists who have credit on the album. So, Tate Cobain, feature credit, right? Feature credit, Tate Cobain, Lourdes, okay? Now, we also know that Nana Fofi was you can hear her on the background vocals of Needle featuring Drake, okay, but that does not count here. So on all these other artists are major artists that Nicki has collaborated with before or whatever, right? So the only artist that is up for signing right now is Tate Cobain and Lourdes. So they're officially signed to Nicki, which is why they got feature credit on the album. And Nicki said this with her own mouth on Station Head. Now, I always figured that it was interesting how only some artists got a feature but not all, not really in a bad way though, and I feel like and Tate and Lourdes got those features because once again they are not just artists but they are also writers as well. But the real question is, how do we get from this, right? Remember, this was actually this was when No Bars first came out. Nicki and JT, the blossoming and the like the I cannot talk. I'm so mad. The blossoming of their relationship to where it is today, right? Which is almost gone too soon. How did we get there from there? And it seems like while we don't know exactly what happened between them, I think it's a thing of, Nicki wanting to get close to artists. And this is why it was alarming for me. And I was hesitant to talk about it because I felt like it was too soon. And once again, we don't have any real concrete evidence, but I do feel like there is some apprehension and hesitation on Nicki's part to further her relationship, at least in the public, with JT, because she knows that her fans will latch on to JT very strongly, as they've already started to do. But Nicki does not have a commitment from JT yet, legally and business wise, and she's looking for some sort of commitment because she sees value in JT. And we've been talking about this throughout my other videos. And I actually was talking about like making a video as to like why JT should sign to Nicki Minaj's label, heavy on it. And I don't even know whether if I should proceed with that right now because I just don't really have a good feeling about this, y'all. And so a lot of people was bringing up the red flags because, oh, that night when Nicki and JT was on Station Head, JT hung up, when Nicki asked the question, like, would she be a great affiliate for Heavy on It? Now, it was 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. JT was leaving the club. She had a performance. Nicki also had a performance. So I just figured that she maybe had lost connection because she was probably in the car. But, the lost connection signal didn't come up. So I don't know. I gave her the benefit of the doubt because I don't want to believe that JT hung up the phone on Nicki. But at the end of the day, that was really their last public interaction. And I don't clearly, Nicki is not getting a straight answer for JT because Nicki, once again, has always left the ball in JT's court and she is ready to move, help JT signing, feature, or whatever. But JT has to once again be ready to compensate Nicki in the way that she's looking for. So I was actually going to share like a couple tweets with you guys to guide our conversation on this, but the time has come up already because I chat too much. So of course I want to know what you guys feel in your hearts, who you feel like that Nicki Minaj is talking about, and what do you think about this commitment and Nicki kind of like pulling back her fan base's support if she doesn't feel like she is getting a commitment that she's looking for from that artist. Okay, but we have to monitor this situation with JT, so please make sure that you like this video and subscribe with all notifications come on, so as soon as I drop another one it will appear at the top of your feed. But thank y'all so much for listening until the end, and I will see you in the next one.